Say hello to the minimal phone. And I've had so many questions where people have asked me about this phone and want to know about it because, of course, you can order them. People have been receiving them in the mail that have shipped out. I know more are shipping out now. And this is one of the most interesting phones of this year because it combines the physical keyboard, but also it's got Android and it's got this e-ink display. So I want to kind of walk through this and show people what it's like to use this phone because so many people are like, okay, I'm interested, but could I use this, right? So what you see right here, this is the loader. This is kind of like the little custom loader thing, the launch page that they programmed to put on here. When you go through the setup, you have the option to either set it up and you can select this, or you can have it just show the normal icons and Android stuff. I actually kind of like this. I like the simplicity of it, and it definitely does feel more minimal. Now, you have these things here. Of course, you can press and hold the button, and you can change stuff on here, like the text size, alignment, layout, show battery indicator. There's a custom thing you can do on here where you can swipe left or swipe right to load a application, which is something that I enjoy. So all I do is just swipe from the right, and it pulls up my Twitter, or X, I'm sorry, formerly known as Twitter. And this is what it looks like whenever you're scrolling up and down on Twitter. Now, here's something people need to keep in mind. So this is an e-ink display. The refresh rate is slower. It's black and white. It's not going to show video definitely as smoothly or as clearly as an LCD or an AMOLED or things like that. And one thing you can do is swipe down from the top, and you can go into the settings. So there, actually no, this, sorry, it's in here. So we got the quick settings, and you can change stuff up on here. So you can change up the brightness, you can change the temperature, make it look more cool or white, make it look more yellow. This is the backlighting for the keyboard here, which is nice because the keyboard is backlit. And then you have different customized presets here. This is an important one. So if you take this out of the box and you start using it, and just so you can see, this is on the slowest refresh speed. It makes it feel like you're using a computer from like 1986. Like everything just loads and goes so much smoother. So let's go back to X. You can see how slow it's refreshing the video. It makes it look almost unusable. But the point of this is when you're just using it for like e-ink stuff, if you're using it for ebooks, if you're just reading emails and stuff, this is something that really helps save on the battery life. So yeah, it's important to be aware of that and change that. If you get one of these, go to the quick settings in here and then put the refresh speed up higher, and it actually makes it quite usable. I mean, you can even see the video here. That's a big difference, right? Like that is a huge change, and it makes everything much faster. It makes it much more enjoyable to use. Even the text popping up on the screen whenever you type. So you got all the standard apps here that show up normally on Android: calculator, calendar, camera. And I'm going to show you something. And this is one of probably the worst parts of the phone. It does have cameras on here, but they're kind of like an afterthought. It's not really so much like, oh, hey, I mean, it still shows, it looks like a Etch-a-Sketch, right? It's a black and white screen. And I took some photos, but see, like, this is what a photo looks like on the screen. I took a picture of my Dunkin' cup, or I took a selfie, and you're probably, okay, well, what does it actually look like? So I answered that question for you. This is what it looks like. So this is what that Dunkin' cup looks like. This is what my face looks like. So, I mean, it's okay, but it's like 10-year-old camera quality, like without even necessarily an autofocus on like the selfie and things like that. So it's one of those things where you can get very hit or miss photos with it. It can take photos, but this is one of those things where it's like, okay, you're not going to win any awards on National Geographic with the camera on here, right? So you got the buttons on here. So you got your menu button and you got your back button. So a lot of people like that stuff. Of course, you can do the swipe gestures as well. That's built in because it is Android. You've got Chrome, your clock, your contacts, I mean, your Google Drive. All this stuff is on here. And you can use all this stuff just fine. So that's something that is nice. You can even play Boom Beach on here, but I wouldn't really, I wouldn't really recommend it. So here's what Boom Beach looks like. And also, yeah, this is not so much of a gaming phone. I mean, you can technically play some games on here, but it's one of those things where, one, because of only the black and white contrast, it does make it harder to see some things. And two, the slow refresh rate, even though it is faster, like this is on the fastest refresh rate mode. It's still not something you're gonna want to play games on here. So, and then on, yeah, I'm just gonna throw that out there. If it wasn't obvious to you that this is not a gaming phone, this is not a gaming phone. The whole principle behind this, and a lot of people are like, oh, you could use an LCD screen. I even talked to them like, hey, why don't you use an LCD screen? This right here, if you have an LCD screen, you're still going to use this like a regular phone. And I don't want to say that this phone is designed to suck, because it doesn't suck. It's good at what it does, and it has the hardware that it needs to do what it does, but it really is designed to be a minimal phone. It's something where it's like, okay, you're not going to sit here and doom scroll on this the entire time. You're not going to sit here and do this where you're just going to use the phone all day long. You're going to sit there and be like, okay, wow, I'm going to sit here and play on X all day. I'm going to sit here and play video games all day. I'm going to kill my battery watching YouTube. I mean, you've got YouTube on here, and you can watch YouTube videos on here, but it's going to be probably more of one of those things where you listen to videos probably more than you're going to watch them. Which, I mean, a lot of people do that too. I mean, I know a lot of people watch my videos and they just listen because, one, they don't want to see my face or my shiny forehead or my receding hairline, but maybe they care about what I have to say. So, like, this is one of these things where you can watch a video on here, but, I mean, it's certainly not going to be as enjoyable as if you're watching it on a desktop, on a color screen and things like that. But you can see it's perfectly capable. And let me turn the volume up here. It does have a speaker. So yeah, this is what video and sound looks like. And the speaker is actually a little bit better than you would probably expect it to be. So, I mean, you do have that capability as well. So you can watch videos on here, and it even does picture-in-picture, which is kind of neat. It's seeing picture-in-picture on an e-ink display. And then I want to show off some of the typing on here, because a lot of people really are drawn to this phone because it has a physical keyboard. Now, one thing I want to see, you see the screen bleed here. You can still see some of the settings and stuff from previously. There's a special refresh button over here, and you press that, and it clears that stuff out. So when you have the image ghosting, it's not a problem with this phone. That's just how e-ink displays work. So that allows you, it's a special button. You see, they'll be like Kindles or things like that. You can refresh and clear that out and get rid of that ghosting. So the keyboard is actually pretty good on here. And again, you're going to want to do this, like most of the typing, you're going to want to have the high refresh rate on, because it just makes it for a better typing experience. You got your Alt and your Shift keys here, so you're going to use that for your characters and your symbols. I mean, we'll take a closer up look here, and yeah, we've got the Alt key, the Shift key, the camera right here, emoji key, symbol, and then you've got, just like with similar to a BlackBerry or any other phone that has a smartphone keyboard, it shows the characters on here as well. So if you want to hit the exclamation point, you're going to hit Alt, and then you're going to hit the character over there. You're going to hit the I. Or you're going to hit the pound sign. You're going to hit Alt. You're going to hit O. Or if you want to do a capital letter, you're going to hold down the Shift. You're going to hit the corresponding letter for that. So it's one of those things where it does take some getting used to. But I like this keyboard just fine. You type that. You can double space and get the period on it. So, I mean, it's definitely doable. This keyboard allows you to enjoy the keyboard experience. Let me spell that right. Of yesteryear. It's not the same thing as a BlackBerry, but it's not going to be the same thing as a BlackBerry. It's got like this chiclet style keyboard on here that actually works pretty well. I mean, there's a nice little springy feedback to it. The tactility is pretty good, and I like it. I mean, this is something where if you really want just something that you can type on, if you want to do homework, I mean, if you want to write a book on it, I guess you could. But if you really want to use the tactility with the keyboard and you enjoy the keyboard experience, and you like doing that stuff, you can sit here, you can do your notes, you can make a list, you can use X just fine, and get out of there. Typed on the minimal phone. There we go. And then we'll clear that out again. And there we go. So, I mean, it's like all the basic stuff that you want to do if you want to have the enjoyment of having a phone. It's got decent battery life. It's got this, I mean, blue light is basically a thing of the past because you have this e-ink reader. So this is something where you can comfortably have this, use it, hop on here when you do something. You can do your tweets, you can do your emails, you can type up some stuff, a Word document if you want to. You can do the necessary things that you need and want to do with this phone, but it's one of those things where I'm not going to say it's not enjoyable, but it's one of those things where it keeps you from using something like this all the time. I mean, and in a world where everybody uses their phones 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, this right here will kind of help you throttle that back and take more control over your life. At least that's the point. And you know, there's different things, like Apple has tried to do stuff to try and keep you use your phone less. So has Android. So has, you know, they have all these products that are built around use your phone less, use your phone less, use your device less. And that's the whole pretense of this, but it gives you everything you need to do. And also it has a fingerprint scanner. Ta-da. So you can unlock the phone with your fingerprint. And overall, I mean, it's a decent little phone. It's got LTE. It doesn't have 5G. It doesn't need 5G because, you know, you're not going to be playing Fortnite. You don't need to download Fortnite on this sucker. So it's perfectly capable of doing what it's designed to do. And again, that refresh is key. I've had somebody else I met that used it and like, look, this thing is, it's so slow using this. I'm like, no, you got to go into the settings and you got to turn the refresh rate up. And there's 3 different distinct refresh rates. So also having it on a higher refresh rate does burn the battery out faster, but still you should get all day battery. There's no problem. And it's one of those things where you can, it's kind of a throwback. So if you like the physical keyboard lifestyle, if you want to use this as a secondary phone, maybe make this your weekend phone, right? I mean, even Palm tried to kind of posit themselves that way before, where it's like, all right, you've got your regular phone, and then you've got this one for the weekend. You can disconnect. You don't have people blowing up your phone. You know, people calling you. If you want, you can just, you know, do a tweet or check your email or something like that. And it's perfectly capable of doing all of that stuff. So, I mean, if you, there are drawbacks, right? I mean, it does feel slower. It's one of those things where it's not an instantaneous refresh of the screen. It's not as smooth as an LCD or an AMOLED. It's not as enjoyable looking at photos. I mean, do you really want to look at Instagram on here with the black and white screen? Probably not. I mean, it works okay with Twitter or X because it's mostly text-based, right? Which there are some images and pictures and things like that. But it just depends on what you're going to use it for. Again, this is not for everybody. But for people who value this and who want this, then I think that it pulls it off in a meaningful and helpful way where you can take advantage of that. And plus, it's got a headphone jack on the bottom, which is nice. It charges the USB-C. And it's one of those things where it's a really niche device, but it's a really neat niche device. So that's all I've got. I'm going to wrap this one up. I just wanted to walk through and show y'all some of the important things, like the camera, the social media, the launcher here, what it's like using this on kind of a day-to-day basis, and hopefully this has been helpful. Now, this is not a full review, but it is a lot of insight into the phone and the experience for people who are interested in it. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, all that stuff, please, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.